It was my first time flying first class. I just got up to use the restroom, and a flight attendant handed me a note with her contact info. After landing, I rushed to book a hotel nearby, added her on WeChat, and sent her my room number. 5 minutes later, she actually showed up with her things, and that's how we had a beautiful encounter. But the next morning, I woke up to find the flight attendant had mysteriously vanished. I ran out of the room to look for her. At that moment, 2 police officers arrived in the hotel lobby. Turns out her parents received a distress message from her and called the police. The officers pulled up the security footage. Everyone was shocked to see. The killer dragged her body out after murdering her, and the one smiling wickedly in the footage was me. Her mother broke down and pulled out a gun, screaming that I should pay for her daughter's life, even at death's door. I didn't understand why I appeared in the surveillance video, but the next second, I was reborn 10 minutes before boarding the flight. At that moment, I was waiting in line with colleagues for a team trip. I began watching everything carefully. The same flight attendant walked past us like before. One colleague excitedly tried to get her number, but she turned him down. He pressed on and asked what kind of guy she liked, saying he could lose weight for her. She replied she liked tall guys around 190 centimeters, who owned a villa downtown, and drove $1 million car. Also someone who had never been in a relationship like her. Based on those standards, there's no way she'd like me. But once I boarded first class, she treated me warmly. I knew clearly, if I wanted to stay alive, I couldn't get involved with her at all. But thinking of how gentle she was last time, how she buckled my seatbelt and gave me slippers, I couldn't bear to watch her die again. Still, I tried to keep my distance. No matter how friendly she was, I coldly turned her down. Seeing her still hovering around, I awkwardly joked if she liked me. She bluntly said she really felt we were a good match. That completely threw me off. Then I remembered the standards she mentioned before. I quickly said I wasn't 190 centimeters tall, but she said she meant around a 190, give or take 20 centimeters was fine. I added that it dated over 10 people. She instantly dismissed her own standard, saying experienced guys were better at caring for others, and that opposites were more compatible. I was speechless, but I still didn't want to be involved with her, seeing how cold I was. She got the message and walked away, but thinking of her tragic fate, I couldn't help pulling her back. I realized that only by getting close to her could I find the real killer. After landing, my colleagues found out I had her on WeChat. They were all jealous. Some even argued over her. That's when I began to suspect the killer had to be one of them. That night, I sent her my location just like last time. Soon, she came to my room, just as she was about to pounce on me. I stopped her and confessed. I wasn't rich, my first class ticket was bought with points, but she wasn't mad. She said flight attendants could see who used points, and she wasn't short on money anyway. Then she pulled out a lottery ticket, said her luck had been insane lately, and she just won $5 million. That's when I realized there was more to her death than I thought. Facing such a pure and kind girl, I swore I would protect her, so I told her she would die tomorrow in that room. She thought I was messing with her, angrily turned to leave. I stopped her quickly to prove I was telling the truth. I revealed some of her secrets. I told her the killer knew she won $5 million and was someone close to me, so it had to be one of my coworkers. But I still couldn't understand why my face appeared in the footage. To get to the bottom of it, I placed another phone hidden in a flower pot to record, then took her to another room nearby to be safe. We didn't drink the water or order food. We just sat quietly waiting for the trap to spring. To make it seem like we were still in the original room, I pre-recorded our voices and played it back on loop. Just as I felt confident that it cleared my name, I had no idea. The truth was about to shatter everything. I was shocked to discover that while my wife was showering, a tail was growing behind her. Only then did I believe what the villagers said was true, because just one day earlier, my wife, who was 2 months pregnant, came to the field to bring me lunch. I worried she was overworking, so I quickly told her to go home and rest. Unexpectedly, right after she left, an old Taoist passing by smelled a strong snake scent on me. Unless someone lived day and night with a snake, no human could possibly smell like that, the villagers joked, saying even if I had no snakes at home, I did have a beautiful woman. The Taoist insisted I was entangled by a snake demon. He asked how I met my wife. Hearing this, I became embarrassed, because I actually picked her up. 3 months ago, I was hunting in the mountains, and I found an injured girl. I could not bear to leave her to freeze, so I brought her home to heal, unexpectedly to thank me. She offered herself to me that very day, and soon became pregnant to avoid rumors in the village. I married her. Hearing this, the Taoist was shocked. He said I had married a snake spirit. If I did not believe him, I should go home and observe, because snakes could never hide their tails. If I wanted to know whether she was human or snake, I just needed to go home and look. Half doubting, I returned home, but the moment I walked in, I saw my wife showering, and behind her was clearly a tail, just when I thought the Taoist was right. The next moment, my wife came out holding a toy, saying she was giving birth soon, so she prepared a toy for the baby. Hearing that, I finally calmed down. Later, she said she wanted to be intimate that night. But afterward, I suddenly felt something was wrong. Lately, I had constant back pain, so I went to the kitchen to get food, unexpectedly. I saw a dead mouse lying there. I trembled and turned around, and saw tomato sauce by my wife's mouth. My heart turned cold. Fortunately, she said she ate dragon fruit, and the mouse was killed days ago. Only then did I believe the Taoist was deceiving me. The next morning, I looked pale and weak. The Taoist saw me and immediately warned me to leave my wife, because no matter how strong a man was, he could not resist the charm of a snake demon. He said if this continued, my body would collapse. He gave me a bottle of talisman water, telling me to take it home and trick my wife into drinking it. Then I would see her true form. That night, my wife had already made dinner, seeing her gentle and affectionate look. I forced myself to bring out the talisman water, saying it was a tonic soup for her pregnancy. Without suspicion, she drank it. The next second, she gasped, just when I thought the water was working. She suddenly laughed, saying the baby just kicked her. I quickly touched her belly, seeing her excited face. I cursed myself for doubting her. The next day, I stormed to the Taoist, asking why nothing happened. The Taoist was shocked, then seriously said, my wife was about to give birth. I became even angrier, saying she was only 2 months pregnant. How could she give birth? The Taoist quickly explained, snakes give birth after 2 months, whether I believed it or not. Tonight I could not go near my wife, because after giving birth, a snake demon would be very weak, and could only recover by eating a grown man. Hearing this, I panicked, and walked home with heavy thoughts, unexpectedly. As soon as I entered, I heard my wife screaming. She said the baby was coming, and begged me to come in. I froze, and doubt filled my mind again. I stepped back subconsciously. Her voice grew weaker. She begged me, if she did not survive, to take care of our child. Hearing that pierced my heart. How could I abandon her at such a time? I gathered my courage, and pushed the door open, but what I saw left me stunned. My daughter was playing and accidentally crawled into the safe. She did not notice the door slowly closing. When the inside suddenly went dark, she cried in fear. Her cries alerted me while I was cooking. I immediately entered the password, trying to open the safe and save her. But no matter what I did, it would not open. Tried several times in a row, the door did not move at all. Only then did I realize my wife had secretly changed the password. My daughter cried harder and harder. I was frantic. I quickly called my wife, who was doing yoga, asking for the password. But to my shock, the person who answered was her first love. I suppressed all my doubts and told him to pass the phone to my wife immediately. But he unexpectedly made a demand. He wanted my research results on active cells. I never imagined my wife would betray me. I had no time to deal with that. I shouted at him to give the phone to my wife. Just then, my wife finished yoga and walked over. I told her our daughter was trapped in the safe, but she looked impatient. She thought I wanted to steal the money inside. No matter what, she refused to give me the password and hung up directly. My daughter's cries grew weaker, could only comfort her. While calling the emergency rescue team, the rescue team arrived quickly. After checking, the team leader told me this kind of safe had a special anti-theft mechanism. It could not be forced open, or it would put my daughter in more danger. They tried cutting it open, but the cutter overheated. The safe still did not budge. It seemed only the password could open it, so I decided to try my wife's birthday. But the team leader stopped me, telling me there was only one last chance. If I got it wrong again, I would have to wait a month to try again. I was already going crazy with anxiety. Just then, the alarm system sounded, the oxygen inside the safe was dropping fast. I called my wife again, but she was busy with yoga. She did not hear the phone at all. I had no choice but to rush to the yoga studio myself. Once I got the password, I would contact them immediately. My daughter inside the safe was already showing signs of oxygen deprivation when I rushed to the yoga studio without stopping. I was shocked to find my wife's yoga instructor was actually her first love. No wonder she had been so obsessed with yoga. Lately, I had no time to think. I grabbed my wife and tried to leave, but her first love provoked her, saying, how could I possibly fail to take care of my own daughter? My wife angrily accused me, saying I was acting for money. She refused to give the password no matter what, and even threatened divorce if I kept bothering her. At the same time, my daughter's breathing grew weaker. The team leader called me, saying the oxygen level was down to 12%, telling me to hurry back. But my wife still believed it was all my act, not until she heard the child's heart rate dropping. Did she finally start to hesitate? But then her first love stepped in again, accusing me of cursing my own daughter for money. My wife chose to believe him, rather than believe me. She even demanded that the safe be brought in front of her. Otherwise, she would not give the password. I had no choice but to have the rescue team bring the safe to the yoga studio. My wife thought I hired actors to trick her until the rescue team showed their credentials. Only then did she panic, but her first love claimed the credentials were fake too. Her mind wavered again to settle it once and for all. She decided to enter the password herself, but after she entered, If the safe triggered a lockout, she had entered it wrong. I completely lost control. It turned out she even remembered the time of our first date wrong and had set it as the password. The oxygen was down to 3%. I collapsed to the ground, kneeling in front of the safe and screaming for the rescue team to help. Suddenly, I remembered the password could be reset, as long as the security questions were answered correctly. I desperately told my wife to reset it, but she was stopped by her first love, who accused me of deliberately planning everything. Just then, my daughter's voice came from inside the safe. My wife finally wavered and prepared to reset the password, but her first love stopped her again, saying today was our daughter's birthday. She should be at a hotel with her grandparents. How could she be inside a safe? He even said the voice was AI generated. My wife was actually convinced and accused me of being too jealous. I told her to ask her own parents. They had taken our daughter to the hotel, or if they left her with us on purpose, because we had not spent time together in so long. But at this moment, the oxygen inside was down to 1%. Seeing me beg, she finally called her parents to ask. But the phone was snatched away by her first love. Seeing him try to interfere again, I could not take it anymore and punched him. At that moment, I became the vicious, narrow-minded man in my wife's eyes. She even demanded that I kneel and apologize to him for my daughter. I knelt. My wife finally satisfied and went to reset the password. She set it to our daughter's birthday and told me to open the safe. But when I opened it, my wife froze completely. I run a shroud shop and was horrified to discover that a woman dressed in black came every 7 days to order a shroud. What was even stranger was that the sizes matched my family of 4 exactly. Her appearance completely changed the fate of my family. My family has run a shroud shop for generations, and we have always followed one strict rule. When ordering a shroud, chest, waist length, and pants length are all required, but the woman insisted on giving only one measurement, the body length, and she was willing to pay double. She asked for a custom shroud with a length of 1.61 meters. She emphasized it had to be exactly 1.61, not longer and not shorter. She said she would come back in 7 days. At the time, I did not think much of it. 7 days later, she appeared right on time, and even used a ruler to measure it precisely. I just thought she was a weirdo and did not take it seriously. But then she immediately offered double the price again, asking me to make another men's shroud with a length of 1.73 meters. My heart sank at once. I'd never seen someone reorder shrouds so frequently. I felt something was off, but money is money, so I did not overthink it. 7 days later, she came again to pick it up. Then she ordered yet another women's shroud with a length of 1.58 meters. A chill ran up my spine. Every 7 days, 3 orders in a row. Did that mean someone would die every 7 days? I finally could not help asking if something had happened. She only replied calmly that nothing was wrong and that she would come back in 7 days. I could not make sense of it, but it was not my place to ask, so I let it go. 7 days passed again, and she showed up as scheduled. This time, she said she wanted to pre-order a men's shroud with a length of 1.76 meters. When I heard 1.76, I could no longer sit still, because 1.76 is my height. After she left, I immediately called my parents. They had run the shop for decades. Surely they had seen strange things before I could even ask. My mother said everything at home was fine. She only mentioned that my sister was short, always 1.58 meters. When I heard 1.58, my whole body went cold. One of the shrouds was exactly 1.58. I tremblingly asked my parents their heights. They turned out to be 1.61 and 1.73. At that moment, my hands and feet went icy. The 4 shrouds she ordered matched the heights of my entire family. The more I thought about it, the more terrified I became. I rushed out of the shop to find her, but she was already gone, a man nearby told me. He saw her get on a bus heading to the neighboring county. That county is over 100 kilometers away. Why would she travel so far just to order shrouds from me? The more I thought about it, the stranger it felt. But after that day, she never appeared again. I thought the matter was over, until my close friend told me. Something terrible happened in the neighboring county last night. A family of 4 died suddenly overnight. Also a family of 4. I panicked instantly. A family of 4 died there, and my family also has 4 people. The shroud sizes matched our heights exactly. I began to wonder if I had encountered something evil, just as my fear grew stronger. My parents and sisters suddenly appeared. They handed me a safety talisman from a temple. They said there was a master in the neighboring county who was very accurate, and that he specifically asked for the heights of our family of 4. When I heard that, my mind went numb. The master asked for heights, and the woman ordered shrouds using heights. Could there be some eerie connection between them? The more I thought about it, the more wrong it felt. I immediately told my family to go home, to lock the doors tightly, and not go outside no matter what. After they left, I quickly shut the shroud shop doors and prepared to hide the 4th shroud. Today was exactly the 7th day. The woman would come to pick it up. No matter what, I could not give her the last one. But suddenly the door was pushed open. The woman floated in like a ghost. I hurriedly stuffed the shroud underneath and told her it was not finished. She exploded with rage on the spot. I had no choice but to lie, saying the factory machines had broken down. But to my shock, she sat down calmly and said she would not leave without the shroud today. She said she would wait until it was done. I completely panicked. I pretended to stay busy, but could not get rid of her. Just when I realized the shroud was not well hidden and tried to fix it, it was already too late.